India and Pakistan, two nuclear-armed neighbors locked in a complex relationship, rarely meet on friendly terms. But at the recent Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit in Islamabad, something unexpected happened. Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar made a high-profile visit to Pakistan for the first time in nearly a decade, sparking both intrigue and speculation. Was this simply a formality, or could this visit mark the beginning of a new chapter in India-Pakistan relations? Let's break down what happened, why it matters, and what the future could hold for these two historically tense neighbors. A critical visit amid stalled diplomacy. The fact that Jaishankar attended the SCO summit in Islamabad is significant in itself. Relations between India and Pakistan have been particularly strained in recent years, with multiple flashpoints such as cross-border tensions, trade restrictions, and sharp rhetoric from both sides. India has long accused Pakistan of supporting terrorism across its borders, while Pakistan continues to raise concerns over issues like Kashmir, which remains a deeply contentious territorial dispute. But for the first time in almost a decade, an Indian foreign minister traveled to Pakistan. While no bilateral talks were scheduled, Jaishankar's presence was enough to turn heads. The summit itself was organized under the framework of the SCO, a multilateral forum that focuses on political, economic, and security-related cooperation among its member states. India and Pakistan, along with China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, are full members of this organization. Although Jaishankar and his Pakistani counterpart Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif shared a brief handshake, this moment was heavy with symbolism. It was the first physical gesture of diplomatic contact between the two countries' senior officials in nearly a decade, underscoring the importance of such symbolic interactions in diplomacy. Jaishankar's firm stance on terrorism. Jaishankar didn't hold back in his remarks at the summit. Without naming Pakistan directly, he made it clear that cross-border terrorism continues to be one of the biggest obstacles to regional cooperation. Jaishankar emphasized that any cooperation between countries must be based on mutual respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity. His remarks were a pointed reminder of the SCO Charter, which includes a commitment to combat terrorism, separatism, and extremism. He reiterated that cross-border activities characterized by these threats undermine trust and stability in the region, and any effort to foster connectivity, economic cooperation, or even cultural exchanges would be futile if these core issues aren't addressed first. India's focus on combating terrorism. For India, combating terrorism has been a central theme in its foreign policy, particularly in its relations with Pakistan. India has repeatedly accused Pakistan of harboring and supporting militant groups that launch attacks on Indian soil, including the notorious Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba, both of which have been linked to high-profile attacks in India, such as the 2001 Indian Parliament attack and the 2008 Mumbai attacks. In response to these and other incidents, India has sought to isolate Pakistan diplomatically, especially in forums like the IBA Financial Action Task Force, FATF, which placed Pakistan on its grey list in 2018 for failing to do enough to combat terrorism financing. Pakistan was only removed from the grey list in 2022, but tensions remain high between the two nations. Pakistan's diplomatic response. On the other hand, Pakistan, hosting the summit, was eager to showcase its growing diplomatic prowess. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif used his opening address to highlight the importance of cooperation and connectivity within the SCO, urging member states to work together in addressing regional challenges. The summit itself was a chance for Pakistan to present itself as a key player in the region, capable of facilitating dialogue between major powers like China, Russia, and India. In an interview on the sidelines of the summit, Pakistan's Information and Broadcasting Minister Ataul Latara expressed optimism about Pakistan's foreign policy, calling it a success. He pointed to recent high-profile visits, such as that of the Malaysian Prime Minister and the Chinese Premier, as examples of Pakistan's diplomatic strength. According to Latara, diplomacy in Pakistan is back with a bang. When asked whether Jaishankar's visit could open a window for improved ties between India and Pakistan, Latara was cautious, but acknowledged that foreign relations are often based on reciprocity. He hinted that while Pakistan had welcomed the Indian minister with respect, future relations would depend on how India reciprocates. China and Russia, the role of major powers. The SCO is not just about India and Pakistan. It's a major platform for other global powers, particularly China and Russia, both of whom play pivotal roles in regional stability. The Chinese Premier, Li Qiang, and Russian Deputy Prime Minister Alexei Overchuk were also in attendance, and both countries are keen on promoting the SCO as a counterbalance to Western-led organizations such as NATO and the European Union. China, in particular, has strong interests in maintaining stability in the region due to its Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, which includes key projects in both Pakistan and Central Asia. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure project, is a cornerstone of China's vision for connectivity, linking Gwadar port in Pakistan to China's Xinjiang region. The completion of the Gwadar International Airport, jointly inaugurated by the Chinese Premier and Pakistan's Prime Minister during the summit, is another critical step in strengthening these ties. This airport is seen as a strategic asset not only for Pakistan's economic development, but also for China's broader regional ambitions. Russia, meanwhile, continues to view the SCO as an important tool for countering Western influence in Eurasia, especially in light of increasing tensions with the West over Ukraine. The SCO provides Russia with a platform to deepen its ties with countries like China, Pakistan and India, even as it faces isolation from the West. The SCO's expanding influence. The organization expanded in 2017 to include India and Pakistan as full members. This expansion not only added significant geopolitical weight to the SCO, but also brought in new dynamics, particularly given the long-standing tensions between India and Pakistan. The organization now boasts 10 full members and 16 observer or dialogue partner countries, reflecting its growing role in shaping regional politics. Iran has been seeking full membership in the SCO, while countries like Belarus and Afghanistan participate as observers. What's next for India-Pakistan relations? So after all the speeches, handshakes and symbolic gestures, what's next for India and Pakistan? While Jaishankar's visit to Pakistan might have been brief, it has already sparked conversations about the future of India-Pakistan diplomacy. The fact that the two sides shook hands, exchanged pleasantries, and shared a platform. However, as Jaishankar made clear, India's concerns over terrorism will need to be addressed before any real progress can be made. From Pakistan's side, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and his government are keen to showcase their diplomatic achievements, but they will need to navigate a careful balancing act. The SCO summit in Islamabad may not have been a watershed moment in India-Pakistan relations, but it was certainly a step toward keeping diplomatic channels open. Whether that leads to a thaw in relations or just another missed opportunity remains to be seen.